The hum of the refrigerator was the only sound left in the store. The world outside was quiet, washed in the pale orange glow of a dying sunset. Mara Lewis wiped the counter for the last time, her mind already halfway home. She could almost hear her mother's voice reminding her to lock the door twice and to never walk alone after dark. It had been a long shift, but the night was finally ending. Or at least, it should have been. Because fate has a way of twisting calm moments into storms. Just as Mara reached for the keys to close the register, the doorbell chimed. 3 men walked in. They didn't come for coffee or cigarettes. She could tell by the way they moved, slow, deliberate, the way predators size up prey. The one in front had a crooked grin and a leather jacket that caught the fluorescent light. "We're not here to buy," he said. His boots thudded against the tiles, echoing louder than they should. Mara froze. The second man leaned against the counter, pretending to study the candy bars, while the third, wearing a red flannel, drifted toward the side aisle, blocking her exit. The air changed. It felt heavy, like the whole store was holding its breath. "We're closed," she managed to say, her voice trembling. The man in the jacket chuckled. "Closed?" he echoed. "Nah, we're just getting started." Mara took a step back. Her heart raced so hard she thought they might hear it. He came closer. His breath smelled of whiskey. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" "Nervous." When she didn't answer, he grabbed her shirt and yanked her forward. The sound of tearing fabric cut through the silence like glass breaking. Laughter filled the room. Cruel, sharp, and cold. Mara tried to pull away, but his grip only tightened. For a split second, her mother's voice echoed in her head. "You never know who walks into your life. Some to hurt you, some to save you." She didn't know which this night would be. Her hands shook. Fear pinned her in place. She couldn't scream, couldn't think. Then, a sound. A soft thud from the back of the store. The laughter stopped. Another step, then another. All 3 men turned toward the sound. From between the aisles, 3 figures appeared. Shadows first, then faces under the humming fluorescent lights. They weren't police. They weren't anyone Mara recognized. But there was something about them. The quiet, steady kind of confidence that made everyone else seem smaller. The man in front was tall, with a thick gray beard and tattoos curling down both arms. His vest carried a patch that read Hell's Angels. Mara's breath caught. He stopped a few feet away, eyes locked on Kyle, the man still gripping her torn shirt. "You might want to let go of that," the biker said quietly. His voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight. Kyle laughed, though his voice cracked. "What's it to you, old man?" The biker didn't answer. He took one slow step forward. Something in his calmness unnerved them. Kyle hesitated, then released Mara's shirt. His hand dropped to his side. The air seemed to change again, thicker, heavier, like the moment before a storm. "You boys had your fun?" the biker said, voice still calm. "Now you're going to walk out quietly." Kyle spat on the floor. "You think you can scare us?" He shouldn't have said that. Behind the leader, the bald biker cracked his knuckles. The younger one, with shoulder-length hair and dark sunglasses, tilted his head slightly, waiting. The leader didn't move. He just looked at Kyle with eyes that didn't blink. "No," he said softly. "I don't think. I know." The next few seconds felt unreal. Kyle swung first, fast, clumsy. The biker caught his arm midair, twisted, and in one clean motion sent him sprawling onto the floor. The second man lunged, but the bald biker intercepted him, shoving him against the counter so hard the shelves rattled. The third froze where he stood, eyes wide. Then he bolted, crashing into the door as he fled. The bell above it jingled as he disappeared into the night. The others stumbled after him, tripping over words that sounded nothing like courage. And then there was silence again. Mara stood behind the counter, breathing hard, her torn shirt trembling in her hands. The leader turned to her, and his tone changed completely. "You okay, miss?" She nodded, though her voice cracked when she tried to speak. I think so." "Good," he said softly. "Keep your lights on a little longer tonight." He gave her a reassuring nod, and in that look was something she hadn't seen in a long time. Kindness, quiet and unspoken. Before walking out, he added, "You're never as alone as you think." Then the three men turned and left, their boots echoing across the floor. The doorbell chimed again, and the night swallowed them. Outside, the motorcycles roared to life, one by one. The deep rumble rolled through the empty streets, fading into the distance like thunder after rain. Mara stood there for a long time, her heart slowly settling back into rhythm. Tears blurred her vision, not from fear, but from something else. Relief, gratitude. She looked at the torn fabric in her hand and then at the door, where the bikers had stood. They hadn't asked for thanks. They hadn't stayed for recognition. They had just stepped in, done what was right, and left as quietly as they came. She thought again of her mother's words, how some people walk into your life to save you. That night, she finally understood. CTR Moment 1. Early middle. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Loom. It helps more people believe that goodness still exists in this world. The police arrived later, after the store's silent alarm finally triggered. They found broken shelves, a few drops of blood, and a shaken young woman who couldn't stop repeating one thing. "They saved me. They just saved me." When Mara went home that night, she sat by her mother's bed and told her everything. The tears came again, slow and steady. Her mother listened quietly, then smiled, brushing Mara's hair away from her face. "See," she said softly, "sometimes angels don't come from heaven. They come from the road." Days later, Mara returned to work. Her co-workers teased her about locking the door 5 minutes early, but something in her had changed. She wasn't just cautious now, she was grateful, because she had seen both sides of the world in one night, the cruelty that hides in plain sight, and the courage that still walks among us. Sometimes kindness doesn't look soft. Sometimes it walks in wearing leather and tattoos, and speaks with silence instead of sermons. CTR Moment 2. Before you go, wait till you hear what happens next. Stay with us. A week later, Mara received a small brown envelope at the store. No return address. Inside was a folded note and a patch that read, "Hell's Angels, respect and loyalty." The note said only 6 words. "You did nothing wrong. Stay brave." Mara held the patch for a long time, tracing the stitched wings with her thumb. That night, when she locked up, she left the porch light on, just as the biker had told her to. And for the first time, the quiet didn't feel so lonely. She realized that heroes aren't always the ones the world expects. Sometimes they ride away before you can even say thank you. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Loom, where we bring real stories of kindness, courage, and second chances. Because even in the darkest hours, light still finds its way in, sometimes on 2 wheels.